I'd love to end today's conversation with like advice you might have for kind of other early stage, CSM hires, like, other people who are kind of the first customer success person at a company and aspire to do what you've done at UpKeep. Like,
Yeah.
what type of mentality should they have? How should they approach that?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that when you're building a team, as I mentioned before, right, I always take the approach of let me get in there and let me do some of the role myself to really figure it out so I understand the inner workings of it. And once you feel like you have a foundation on there, go hire someone really strong, right? And when you're hiring, your profile of where your company is at is going to determine who you hire, right? So when Miji came into the business, for example, like we didn't have anything, so I needed to hire someone that was totally on board with no process being in place and essentially being curious and figuring it out. So your initial hires that you hire at any startup are going to be your most critical hires because it will make or break essentially where you spend your time at, right? So I think that's that's probably one of the key one is the people, and then our strategy has always been of let's specialize or let's hire, specialize, show value in it, and then grow the team behind it, right? Versus coming in and trying to either with an assumption of being like, hey, I think if we hire implementation managers, that will work. We always kind of crawled, walk, run into making those bigger decisions on how do we grow the team or how do we change the dynamics of the team based off what we think the business needed at that time. And then I think the other part of just bringing people in is people that really are motivated by change and want to solve a problem. I think working in a startup, it is a special type of person because some people look at startups and they're like, that looks chaotic. I don't want to do that, right? Whereas like us, for example, right, or anyone at an early stage startup, they're like, this is great. Like I'm thriving in all this change. And so you need someone with that energy that doesn't get deflated if things aren't figured out, right? Or if things don't go well. Like you need to find people that like to solve problems and ones that are curious as well and really want to like try things out. So I think it really comes back to like the people component.